Very good evening. Today we are discussing about the Coelenterata, are also called nidariates because of nidoblast. We will see the characteristic features and the classification examples of this Coelenterata. See here, mostly the Coelenterates are marine. They like to survive in the salt water. Only a few fresh water like hydra. It's not only the hydra, like hydra, many some more are there. And here the symmetry is a radial symmetry. However, you divide the organism, it will give two equal halves. And the diploblastic animals, only ectoderm and endoderm is present. Mesoderm is absent. Actually, the mesohyl layer or mesoglia is present. It's a false layer because it's a non-cellular. So mesoderm is absent, so that it is called as diploblastic. And the levels of organization in the organisms of Ctenophora, the Coelenterates are the tissue level of organization. They fail to form organ or organ system. Yes. So the levels of organization is it's a tissue level of organization. Then the body wall, if you see the outer side, it's a body wall. The outer side it is epithelium, and the inner side it is the like it's outer side. What we call is it's a ectoderm. It is endoderm, and ectoderm is actually it's a epithelium like the endoderm. It is like a gastroderm. It is gastroderm I mentioned here, and the epidermis is here, and in between there is a non-cellular layer is called mesoglia. Let us discuss each one it is. Here in this non-cellular layer, all the organic and inorganic compounds are present. Epidermis, if you see, what are all present in the epidermis is epidermis, muscular cells also present. Even the muscular cells are present even in the endodermis also. So in the epidermis, the nidoblast is present. So because of the presence of this nidoblast only, we are calling this phylum as a nidaria. And this nidoblast also called as the stinging cells. Actually, this nidoblast helps in the defending on on enemies or the predators. And they are also called as the nematoblast or nematocysts we call. And coming to the gastroderm it has the nutritive muscular cell. How the epidermal muscular cells are present in the epidermis. Inside the nutritive muscular cells are also called as the digestive cells. Also we call this nutritive because of the flagella. They hold the prey, they engulf, and inside the food vacuole also we can see. So they are called as a nutritive muscular cells or else digestive cells also we call. And these gastrodermis will have gland cells also. They secrete different type of enzymes and chemicals. And they have nerve cells also. I didn't mention here, I didn't label, but nerve cells are individually present. They are not grouped. They fail to form the nervous tissue. And here the interstitial cells are present. In here, even in the epidermis also interstitial cells are present, and here also interstitial cells are present, and sensory cells also present. If you see sensory cells, okay, we can consider this is a like a sensory cell we call. Then coming to the digestive tract. The digestive tract is incomplete. Why? Because it has a central vascular system. In this Coelenterates, what is present is the central vascular system. Means like inside the body cavity is present. The cavity is called a coelenteron. It's because of a coelenterata, and it is called as a coelenteron. So the it's also called as the body cavity, or the coelenteron is called gastrovascular cavity. Gastro is the word related to the digestive part, and gastrovascular because this coelenteron allow the water to come in and to go out, so that it is because there is no blood vascular system here, only the water vascular system only present, so that it's a gastro because of the central part, and vascular cavity is present. The gastrovascular cavity is called as coelenteron. I wrote it here. And then the process of digestion, it will take place both inside the cell and outside the cell. Outside the cell in the sense, in between the cells also the digestion will take place. So the digestion will be intra and extracellular digestion will take place. And coming to the respiration and the excretion both takes place by a process called diffusion. Both takes place through diffusion, like through plasma membrane. This respiration and excretion takes place. That means the extra material which are present inside the cell will be eliminated through the process of diffusion, because here the gastrovascular cavity is like well exposed into the water or surrounding medium. So almost all the cells are well exposed to the surrounding medium. So the cell easily can excrete the waste materials out through the process of this diffusion. Even they can take in the gases also through the diffusion process if any gas is very less in the cell. Coming to the excretion, the chief excretory product is ammonia, so that they are called as ammonotelic animals we call. Then coming to another characteristic feature, that is, if you see the nervous system is primitive nervous system. Nervous system is not well developed. Actually, the system itself not present. That's why I wrote it here. The tissue level of organization. So nerve cells are grouped at one place and almost near to the ganglia it is formed, but not ganglia also. And one sensory organ is well developed, that is statocyst. Statocyst, which is helpful in the balancing of body. So this is a sensory part. Coming to the skeletal system, it's a calcareous skeletal system. Either it is exo or endoskeletal system, we can tell. Yes. So the skeletal system, it's composed of calcium. So it may be composed of either like it's outside it is present or inside also it is present. So it may be the endoskeleton or exoskeleton we tell. So that's how the skeletal system is present. Coming to the reproduction, it takes place through asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, but the regeneration is well marked here. The regeneration is well marked, and the development will be indirect development in a few and direct development in a few. If you see some of the organisms like the obelia of coelenterites, it has a planula larva, and Aurelia it has three type of larva: planula, scyphistoma, ephyra. So these two organisms we can take development is it's indirect because of the presence of larvae. And here the metagenesis also well developed here. Metagenesis means like it has life stages in its life cycle. Polyp and medusa, like how the frog has the egg, larva, pupa, imago, adult, like different stages will be. So here also in its life cycle 2 stages are there, that is polyp and medusa. But sometimes both are independent and sometimes both are dependent on each other. If you see, the polyp produces medusa through asexual reproduction, that means sex organs are absent in the polyp. Then medusa produces polyp through sexual reproduction, that means sex organs are like sexual parts are, it is capable of producing gametes, medusa, right? So they are in this process. Polyp produces medusa, medusa produces polyp, asexually and sexually. This cycle is called metagenesis, we call, well performed by organism obelia which has a planula larva. Coming to the classification, it is classified into 3 categories. First one is hydrozoa, second one is scyphozoa, third one is anthozoa. Yes. So let us see first the hydrozoa. Hydrozoa, it has I wrote it here. It has only polyp. I told you in this metagenesis either polyp is present or medusa present, or else both are present. They are dependent on each other. This is what metagenesis. So based on these type of stages, these metagenesis stages, it is classified into 3: hydrozoa, scyphozoa, anthozoa. Hydrozoa organisms will have only polyp, or else they'll have polyp and medusa. But you can observe one thing, only the medusa is not present in the hydrozoa. Either polyp is present or else both polyp and medusa present. Medusa alone is not present. So examples, if you see, hydra, freshwater organism, freshwater, the Coelenterata. Obelia, it's also called as a seafer. Physalia, it's also called as a Portuguese man of war. And Velella, it's called as a sail by the wind. And Mellipora also. So these are the examples of hydrozoa. Coming to the scyphozoa, it has only the medusa. There is no polyp present in this class of the cylinderids. So Scyphozoa consists of only the medusa. Examples if you see, Aurelia and Rhizostoma. Aurelia and Rhizostoma both are called as jellyfishes, but the structurally and morphologically they look different, but they are commonly called as jellyfishes. And coming to the Anthozoa. Anthozoa, it has only polyp. I wrote it here. Anthozoa has polyp, medusa is absent. Scyphozoa, only medusa present, polyp is absent. Anthozoa, only polyp is present, medusa is absent. Examples if you see, Gorgonia, it's also called as a sea fan. And Adamsia, it's also called as a sea anemone. And Alcyonium, dead man's finger we call. Fungia, mushroom coral we call. Then Pennatula, sea pen or sea feather we call. Membrana, brain coral we call. Astrea, star coral we call. So these are the examples of Anthozoa. So this is about the Coelenterata and Cnidaria. In the next class we will discuss about the Ctenophora, general characteristic features, classification and examples. Thank you.